Hello everyone, this is CJNovo992 and today we are back for another brand new video. And today's video is here almost mercifully, ladies and gentlemen, because we needed this distraction. We needed this upcoming game because the last 7 days, this last week, has been an absolute shambles. There's no way to put it any other way to talk around it. It has been a shambles, but there is a new game upon the horizon, and this game right here needs to be the start of us going on another fantastic win and run that we know we're capable of, and the start of us getting back to who we are, and that is the champions. So let's leave the disappointment, let's shake off all that frustration and move on and reset and refocus, because we need to do it as fans, and so does the players, because we face Dunfermline in the old Scottish League Cup. Now I know that's not its name these days, it's now the Sponsor Cup and everything like that, but I can't be bothered with that. It's the Scottish League Cup. Aye, I'm that guy. But before we do carry on with the rest of the old video, if you do enjoy the video, please consider helping the old channel out as we push for 56k. Diving into the video though, let's start off with having a look at tomorrow's opposition with a cheeky oppositional preview of the championship side, Dunfermline. You know what's really weird about talking about Dunfermline coming into this game tomorrow versus Rangers? Their fans are sort of feeling the same way we are right now. We're very, very similar, and trust me, I know that sounds weird, but follow me for a second, because just like us, Dunfermline's expectations were skyrocketed over the summer, where they brought in a new manager, they started bringing in talented player after talented player and good player for that level. They sprinkled experience with quality and their expectations rose like a Connor salmon. Then the league started and that salmon was deep fried. As Dunfermline actually come into this game sitting 9th in the old championship after starting the season off with a very, very disappointing draw in a game they actually rallied back in away from home after falling away 1-0 behind. They rallied back to lead 2-1 with 10 minutes to go, only to throw the game away. And then in their most recent game, they got their absolute scants pulled down by Partick Thistle and slapped 3-0. And that was at home for Dunfermline, and that was supposed to be the start of them putting a marker down versus a team that's going to be in and amongst it in the old championship. A team that Dunfermline bet in the very same competition we now play in just a couple of weeks ago 4-2, but when the season started, they were nowhere near it and they got blown off the old park. The difference in being able to beat a team a couple of weeks ago to get absolutely slapped and played off the park is there to be seen. But I do think this Dunfermline side is better than where they currently are projecting how the mood is right now, because again, the recruitment in the summer has been top notch. They brought in players who's been there and done it at that level, like Whiting, obviously formerly of Hearts. They brought in Graham Dorrance as well, who yes is getting on a little bit in the old age and isn't quite the player that we even had at Rangers a couple of years ago, despite injury sort of ruining what he was a couple of years before. He's still massive on the park, just as he will be off the park for this very young Dunfermline side, which obviously is led by our boy Mr. Kai Kennedy, who, if you paid attention to this channel or the Rangers official channel or any other Rangers related channel, you would have heard everyone singing the praise of this lad, including the one that matters, Mr. Steven Gerrard, who's obviously went ahead and gave him a new deal before loaning him out. So I do think this team will come good as the season goes on, especially considering the fact they have the one thing that every team needs if they want to go ahead and day on, and that is a goal scorer. And that will be the main threat from Dunfermline tomorrow. If Dunfermline are going to cause any problems for Rangers, it will be on the back of Nikolai Todorov, who's a 6'3" centre forward who has 4 goals already in 6 matches and 2 assists. So in every game he's playing, he's pretty much scoring or assisting. He's a big handful. He'll get sort of shoulder to shoulder with our centre halves, whatever the pairing may be, and he'll try and get in cheap, winning free kicks and getting the balls into the old box for his big noggin. That will be the main threat from Dunfermline coming into this game. And if I'm honest with you, that's all I've really got to say about Dunfermline coming into this game. Obviously, they've won 3 games so far out of the 6 they've played. It's been a wee bit hit and miss now and again, and they have been playing a 3 at the back formation so far for most of the season, but I highly doubt we'll see the expansive 3-4-3 which they have been playing versus Rangers at Ibrox. And if I'm honest with you, we all know what type of game this actually is from both sets of fans. I mean, we know from the Dunfermline side this is an opportunity for a giant kill, and they'll be looking at Rangers not playing well over the last couple of days. They'll be thinking, if we can stay in this in the opening 20 minutes, we could maybe frustrate them and we could start nipping some change. They'll believe in that. And then on the other side, we as Rangers fans will be looking at this game as the game to get back to winning ways and get goals sprinkled ruined our team again. And that right there actually gives us the perfect transition away from the oppositional preview and getting to what matters most, and that is this right here, ladies and gentlemen, Rangers Football Club. And where to start with the All Rangers preview coming into this game? It's been absolutely stinking this week. 3 losses on the bounce. Now, granted, 2 of those losses has been against Malmo, and they'll fancy their chances getting in to the Champions League group stages. But still, even saying that, our eyes not been quite on the ball enough, and we've got everything we've deserved so far. And that's none. But this is football, ladies and gentlemen. Bad patches happen. You won't always be undefeated every single season. It's just not possible. Bad patches does happen in bad runs of form, and that's clearly what we're going through right now as a football club, with players off form badly, and with the mess of the pre-season, it's led to a mess to the start of the old season. However, as we just mentioned, this is football and things can change like that. I mean, winning is contagious, ladies and gentlemen, and sometimes when you're on a bad run and you're on a losing streak, all you need to do is win that one game to flip it completely, no matter who you're against, what competition, what level it's at. That win is massive to stop that run and getting these players feeling good about themselves and getting that weight off their shoulders. And that's the way I'm looking at this game. No disrespect intended for Dunfermline, but not only is it a must win tomorrow, it is a must win comfortably. We need goals in the squad, we need players stepping up, we need players smiling by the end of it, knowing that they've got a moment, they've had a moment, and they can go on and build for it. And I think that mindset that I currently have gone into this game is exactly why Steven Gerrard has said what he said before this game, as this is what the gaffer said. We made it abundantly clear to the squad that this season that the domestic cups are important and we want to go all the way in both. You will see in my squad selection how serious we are taking this competition. We will be going full throttle. End quote. That's not only what we all needed to hear going into this game, but it's exactly what needs to happen. Again, I don't care that they're in the Championship. I don't care that it's a Scottish League Cup game or whatever cup you want to call it based on the sponsor. The only thing that matters is going out there and putting out a performance that we know what we're capable of, unleashing the best players. There's no point in rotating and giving people opportunities when our main players, our first team players, aren't anywhere near the level they need to be. They need more minutes, they need more opportunities to be sharper, and they need things to smile about. So go out and unleash them, Namora. Go full pelt and get that win that is needed to spark us back into life. So that's how I'm feeling going into this game, ladies and gentlemen. Normally I see these early cup games as an opportunity to see this guy given a chance or this guy given a chance, but in my opinion, we're not in a position where we can afford to do that. We need our best players getting more minutes and closing that gap to where they should be. Speaking of team, by the way, let's transition in some latest team news and injury updates coming in to this game. As Gerrard said, it's a much more positive position to be coming into this game than where they have been over the last couple. In fact, the only 3 players that's officially ruled out of this game is one being Sakala, which is a bit of a shame if I'm honest, but he's got a little bit of a niggle in the groin, so they're just being a little bit careful with him just to not make it any worse or anything like that. If he misses this game, he's available for the next one. And the other 2 are, of course, Ryan, Jack and Katic, which we've spoken about in length in the channel, but it shouldn't be too long till we're seeing them back amongst it. Now, you might have noticed from speaking that those are the only 3 players missing. It means we've got some fantastic news regarding our boy Kemar Roofe, who again is such an important piece to the Rangers puzzle that I think, given the fact that we've not had him now for the last little while, people are really appreciating what his runs, his movement, his cleverness, his ability to score if he's given one opportunity. We now appreciate Kemar Roofe more and what he brings to the squad now that he's not been here. And we've got the fantastic news that he is back amongst the squad and he's available to play tomorrow, which means we got the even better news that everything is okay with his family life, and that is just sensational to hear. And it will be the best thing that we talk about in today's video, because there is more important things than football, believe it or not, and we all know that, and it's family, and knowing that his son is out of the hospital back home doing better, it's just brilliant news. And that's where I wanted to leave the team news right there. We're feeling positive and a bit of good news, because we all needed to hear a bit of good news, and we just got it, ladies and gentlemen. And with that being said, that's us all done and dusted with today's video. That has been the oppositional preview, that has been the Rangers conversation, and that has been the latest injury/team news. Now, all that's left for us today, me and thee, is try to predict the unpredictable, which feels even harder now given the way we know what these players are capable of, but we're not actually seeing it. But aye, what are you thinking going in to tomorrow's game? And I would love, if you're still watching today's video, what is your team for tomorrow. I'd love to know where everyone is thinking going in to this game versus Dunfermline that some people may have been overlooking and talking down just a week ago, but we all know how vital this game actually is. And with Gerrard speaking up about how important it is, I can imagine it's going to be a strong squad. So what are you thinking? And why? While you're hopefully get involved down there in the comment section below, I will give you my predictions on the game very, very briefly. Again, whether I'm right or not, wrong, memed or not, I don't care. I'm backing the team to have a game and we need goals in this, so I'm going very high. Rangers 4, Dunfermline 0. And honestly, how I'm feeling right now, that's the minimum of what I want for this game. Really, there's so much frustrations built up in there. And again, I'm not being wide to Dunfermline or trying to disrespect them, but I just want Rangers to go tonto from the first whistle to the last, because they need to give us that after the last 7 days. But that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's reached the end of today's video. If you got involved in the comments, I will be speaking to you very, very shortly. But until then, until tomorrow after the game, I've been TJ Over 92. That has been a sleepy Rocky Boy Johnson. Take care of yourselves. All the best and bye-bye.